First framework I would like to recommend you is Flutter. So Flutter is nice framework by Google. Officially, they maintain Android also. So that's why Flutter is one of the best framework for you to work on and build your project on. Also, Google has their own lots of projects in Flutter only. The apps which you see of Google, many of them are built using Flutter or will be migrated to Flutter later on. So that's why in Flutter, we have to write everything using Dart. And this Dart is there, right? It's one of the good language to use, because if you have learned something like C or C++, Java in your college days or school days, those things will be useful here, because everything will be in the class functions and object oriented concepts. Lots of these things are being used. And if you just think that, okay, it will look like old language, no, it won't look like old language. Even newer concepts like asynchronous function and lots of other cool things are available in Flutter. Once you check it out, you'll understand that okay, this is one of the modern language, and you'll be able to code amazing things using it. The benefit of using Flutter is all the design aspects are already taken care by default, and all these things will look nice and animate in really good way. So that's why using Flutter as a framework for building Android as well as even iOS application is best choice you can do. Second framework is React Native. So React Native is basically maintained by Facebook, and they also have some of their application or a part of application built using React Native. If you don't know what is React, it's one of the best front-end framework available out there, which is going to let you build a front-end single page application. And in React Native, you'll be using same technology, but for building native Android application as well as iOS application also with it. All these technologies are hybrid technologies, meaning you can work with the Android as well as even iOS in terms of building your code. So once you code using one particular thing, it will work on both of these things. In React Native, you'll be working with the JavaScript. So if you know JavaScript or ever coded with JavaScript, you'll be comfortably able to use React Native and build a project in it. If you already have React knowledge, then basically you just have to use that particular knowledge for building a mobile application. So if you're already familiar with React, then React Native is one of the best choice you can have for building Android application as well as iOS application, just basically mobile application. Third framework is Ionic. So in this particular Ionic framework, you can use any kind of technology you want, maybe React, maybe Angular, maybe Vue.js, or whatever the technology you want to use, you can use it. The benefit of using Ionic is you will be able to directly code using web development technologies, and once you code it using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, you will be able to convert it into Android application, and it will work in Android. Basically, Ionic will just provide one basic UI libraries, and these UI elements will let you build maybe top bar and bottom bar, as well as maybe some kind of drawer navigator and maybe some menu options. Lots of these things will be pre-configured in Ionic library, and you can use it directly with something called as capacitor, using which it will be converted into mobile application, as well as you can access Android's native library also, meaning you can access all the file explorer, this, that and all, just like how you would do in normal mobile application. But the only drawback is you will be getting one web view related mobile application. So basically one website will be running inside your mobile application. So it will be good, and you won't be able to find the difference. If I show you that one application built using React Native and another application built using Ionic, and if it looks similar thing, you won't be able to differentiate which is what. So that's why this is also one of the best option which you can have if you're already familiar with web technologies and you don't want to learn maybe React Native's some concepts, or even you don't want to something like Flutter with Dart, any programming language. So if you don't want to do that and you already know React or Angular or even Vue.js, you can directly get started with Ionic framework, and you will be able to build a full-fledged mobile application, and it will work on both Android as well as iOS. So these technologies are a hybrid. So that's why if you just code using JavaScript or some other language like Flutter's Dart, you will be able to make Android as well as iOS application also. So these three are best options which you can have: Flutter, React Native as well as Ionic. I would choose Flutter, but it's up to you. Whichever you want to choose, you can choose. React Native would be second option, and Ionic is something which I used previously, and I used to build like lots of my initial days application using Ionic only. But at the moment I am focused on Flutter, and I recommend you to do the same. But it's fine if you want to use React Native, because you will be using React inside it if it's your favorite language language or framework, you'll be able to build using same technology. So that's it for this video, guys. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.